All right, welcome back. This is still the weekend show, and it's Christmas. It's December. Merry Christmas in advance. I can't wait. Anyway, this is that breakfast segment, the part where I say we serve you breakfast, not just mentally, but then sometimes we get to entertain you because it's a very exciting segment. David is still here, and today we're talking about something very seasonal and something very trendy. We're talking about pressure during the Yuletide season. Pressure during Christmas. Igogokwa kwa Christmas. Obom na agba moto, igbagokwa moto. Obom na eme wedding, imegokwa wedding. All these kind of pressures that you face as a Nigerian youth during the Christmas season.
And parents as well.
Huh?
And parents.
I was actually thinking the pressure is more on the youth by the parents.
While we are looking at the topic.
Because my parents have not said anything. Let me tell you. In fact, it's my colleagues in the office. I'm sorry to say this. My colleagues in the office will be like, Oluchi, this Christmas. Okay, so today to do justice to it, we have a very handsome young guy. David, do me the honor.
Good morning and welcome to the weekend show.
Okay.
Can you tell us your name?
My name is Mr. Fosoba Chinonso Anthony.
Can I call you Chizoba?
Chinonso.
Oh, Chinonso. Okay. Oh, okay. So I can call you Chinonso.
So together we'll be looking at the pressures of the Yuletide. And I know that maybe the pressures is also on him. We don't know the direction it's coming from.
Yes, but we might also be joined by someone else. Yes. She said she had a flat tire, so she might be joining us very soon. We are looking at Yuletide pressure. First question, are you married?
Yes, I'm married.
Oh, good. That's good. You have kids?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I'm newly married.
Okay, you're newly married.
Yes.
You got married this year?
Yes.
Wow,
August.
congratulations.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Okay, so that means the pressure, you've actually reduced part of the pressure because getting married is one of the major pressure.
No, I think getting married increases the pressure.
Are you serious?
Of course.
So for you now, what are the pressures of this season?
Actually, David, I would have loved him to tell us the pressure
Just
that made you get married. How was it? Were you pressurized into getting married, or?
Actually, I was because I started this journey way back in 2013. Okay, but you know, we youths, disappointment in relationship or whatnot. Till this year, I got the right person.
So who was pressurizing you? Was it your parents?
The society.
Oh, how?
The society, not just my parents, friends, relatives, because as a young guy who started working with a university in 2012, you expected maybe a year or 2 years after, you should invite people and tell them that you are getting married. In a typical Igbo setting, that is what is expected.
You're self-made already.
That's what they thought. All right, that's what they thought, but people don't always take into consideration the psychological well-being of the person who you are pressuring to get married, the readiness of maybe the guy or the girl.
Yeah.
Because marriage is not all about having weddings celebrated. It's about the marriage itself. It's about being in that marriage and managing the pressure that comes out of it. So I think it qualifies the weight actually.
Okay, but then the pressure, now you just spoke about pressure generally. Now you say you started since 2013.
Yes.
Now how was this pressure during the Christmas season? Was there any difference, the pressure you faced on a normal day and the pressure you faced during the Christmas season when you're going home for Christmas?
Well, this time around, I can tell you that the pressure has increased.
A minute, we have a caller.
Okay.
Hello? Hello? Go ahead.
I said that this period that I'm married, the pressure have increased. Because I've been initially, you'll be thinking about yourself and your immediate family members. Even though I'm the last in the family. Okay. So, but we don't, in our family, we don't leave everything to one person to cut off. We always put hands together to make it work. So you think about yourself as a person, you think about your immediate family. Now, I've added a third family to it. So you think about yourself, think about your immediate family, and think about your in-laws.
So,
yes, before you got married, the difference between the pressure, ordinary time, and the Christmas time? That's the pressure to get married.
The pressure to get married.
During Christmas time.
During Christmas time is double. It's double because you have to take consideration of things you have to buy. From now till next week, next 2 weeks, the price of goods and services in the market must have skyrocketed. Are you getting it? So anybody who is planning to have any celebration, be it burial, be it wedding, traditional marriage, must put into consideration. Please, if you are making budget for 2,500 naira for a carton of beer, you should be making an estimate of, let's say, 2,700 naira or 2,800 naira.
So why do you think in our society we've grown to put so much pressure in this season, especially this period? People get to want to do several things just within a month. Why is it like this?
It's like this because of the Christian mentality. Okay, because we believe, or we are made to believe, or we are taught to believe that Jesus Christ was born during Christmas period. And actually it was celebrating. It was celebrated the world over, not only here in Africa or not only here in Nigeria and Anambra states, the world over. Like for the past 3 weeks, we've been having Black Friday, Black Friday, Black Friday.
Yes, good. Hello.
Hello? Who is joining us? Okay, go on.
Go on.
3 weeks, 2 weeks ago, we've been experiencing Black Friday every time. And you find out that people don't actually buy what they need during Black Fridays.
Really?
Instead, they buy
what is cheap.
What is cheap that they know they don't need.
I don't.
So you see the pressure. I did it. I did it. So you see a commodity online.
Because it's cheap.
Because it's cheap. Ordinary days, I can get this thing for 5,500 naira. But today, I have it at 1,000 naira. A click.
You buy.
Is all. You understand? I bought a bag of rice, 9,900 naira online. Jumia. Treasure hunt.
Seriously?
I'm telling you. Until today, I'm still happy about it.
Because it's a need.
Yes, it's a need. Not that it's my immediate need. But at least you see a commodity that is cheaper than what you might have.
What you could have gotten it for.
So you just buy it. It's part of the pressure. It's part of the pressure. So
really?
You find out that
I never saw Black Friday as a pressure.
It is. It is.
Okay, it's like they are pressurizing the customer to come and clear their shops for them.
That is it.
Oh, okay.
That is it. If you go to Spa at Ikeja Axis 2 weeks ago, in the evening, the shop was filled to the brim. People buying provisions, buying this, buying that. Not because they need it, but because it's cheap.
It's Black Friday.
It's Black Friday.
So how did we get into this? You mentioned that the Yuletide across the globe, the pressure of going to shop, to take care of family needs, to do several things, events are celebrated at this point, is the same across board. But why is that mentality? Why has it increased so much? It seems as the year goes by, this is Christmas, you get to celebrate year in, year out. But every of this season, it seems it increases. Why is it like this? Is it that we were able to plan ourselves towards the end of the year, or just because it's the season and that's how we're going to celebrate it?
I think that's it all borders on orientation and mentality. Because if you are alive, your opportunity to be alive from January to December, I think you've celebrated the Christmas for the year. But you find out that people who live from January to November don't have any form of celebration. Then during Xmas, they combined every celebration they might have missed or they might have experienced and added the pressure upon themselves. That's why every Christmas, the number of vehicles on the road increases.
Yeah.
The number of accidents on the road increases.
The queue in bars.
The queue in bars increases. The level of gridlock on our road increases. You understand?
Yeah.
So even crime increases too.
Yeah.
Government, both states, federal and local, increases their budget on security.
Yeah,
you understand?
Because I think I lost my phone last Christmas.
and just like in line with what you said, governor just announced that this season there will be increased security, unlike it has been before. And this is the season, just like you said, everything increases.
Everything increases, both at the social aspect of it, and government aspect of it, family level, everything increases. Because if you have kids, you are duty bound, whether you have money or not, to buy Christmas clothes for them.
And it is mandatory. Otherwise, that season will not be. It won't be good.
Yes, but then I want to come home. You know, this is a season where they say Emeka na China, Edu Malaysia. All these people are coming back.
Yes.
So now you, as a young man, a hustling young man in Nigeria now. You know, if these people are coming back, woo, they do come back with pressure. I'm telling you, the way they spend money, each occasion, each wedding, you get now about 100 naira, from $1 now where. Now, as a young man who is newly wedded and your wife understands that you're actually a hustling young man, Makibu Hedu na Malaysia, or are you?
No.
Okay, no, so
in the south. So now, how are you preparing to face all this pressure that these people who are coming from diaspora are going to come with?
Well, my psychology has been helping me over the years.
Okay.
Okay. So I can't be intimidated because you're a money bag. You understand? When the shifts are down, we know who is still standing. So it's not about spraying dollar in occasions during Xmas and having any kind of girl you wish to. Okay? And also to our girls, they really need to be careful this time around.
Exactly.
Because of all these stories making around the corner on the internet and all whatnot. Okay, girls, presently for the past 3 weeks, if you check across Nigeria, the number of female deaths
is increasing.
Yeah, on a daily basis.
It's still very appalling that every day we see a female body jump somewhere, and then you still see ladies, especially in this Yuletide season, looking for free ride.
And you know the funny thing is, some of them will tell you, "Na onyenka amara oju girl." And you begin to see this thing occur again. You think that person that was involved in such gruesome murder wasn't also thinking that no Jew girl can doesn't happen at that process in a phase also.
A few days ago, I told a friend that I think I like what is happening.
Why do you?
He asked me why. I told him because poor guys, girls will start appreciating poor people, poor guys. Are you getting me? Because two things are involved. It's either you join someone who is rich, you don't know the source of his wealth, and you will be used for
But then let me say something. I'm sorry to disagree with you. Okay. It's actually guys that pressurize girls or indirectly to start seeking for rich guys. I'm sorry to say that when you did your wedding, you come on social media, you make sure that everybody knows you're spending on your girl, you showcase her up and down. You think another girl will want to go and marry a pop and then it's guys that, unfortunately, honestly, I think it's guys that indirectly make the ladies think that a poor man is not worth being in a relationship with. Because kagiwa never nedia no when he gonka. Konyo zo no nakọ na egonyo ya nwanyi ihe nini. Ina ajuzi owo fuchuku kemo Kenya wan.
Then what you ask yourself, assuming you have a very glamorous marriage, wedding ceremony. I have seen where couples have their wedding ceremony, governors, senators attend.
Yeah.
Weeks later, they're divorced.
Yes, it happens.
Are you getting me? So it's not really a matter of how much do you have in your bank account. What matters is where you are heading to.
So how do we?
Yeah, but then you know, when you guys, I'm not saying it's a nice thing that most ladies feel they must get married to a rich man, but I'm saying the guys are not helping at all. Once a guy makes a little money, his main budget.
Are you sure it's not the lady that pressurizes the guy to spend?
No.
An average guy. Let me not tell you this.
Okay.
An average guy makes money to entice a girl.
Exactly. Oh my God! Thank you very much.
Are you getting me?
Well, that's true.
So the time you girls start reducing the cost of your livelihood, the better for you guys.
Wait! I don't understand. Are you saying it's now our fault that most guys?
There are some girls who have mentioned on social media that I cannot date a guy who doesn't have a car.
Okay.
Are you getting me? I cannot date a guy who cannot buy me iPhone X, iPhone 6, iPhone 8.
That's because most guys will use that iPhone X to beg you, please, will you date me?
Because
so someone wants to join us.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah. I'm telling you, it's so intimidating. Some guys will keep asking you out, and when you keep saying no, on your birthday they give you a car key. Oh, you don't have any option. They've tied you down.
No, some other girls have options.
I'm just speaking for majority of it. I'm not speaking for Luchi Carlo here. Okay. I'm speaking as the only girl in the studio, and I'm blaming you guys for the pressure ladies face during Christmas.
You make
because
us
okay, let me say for instance now during Christmas, let me say no, you guys make us. Let me say during Christmas now, I'll now be like, okay, I don't have money to make my hair. Let me pack my natural hair. You will not see a guy. You did not give me money. He will not come and be like, I don't like your hair. Come, let me brush you up.
And you will fall for it.
No, wait. And now I'll be like, okay, fine. Maybe this guy can brush me up. And then when I call for you to brush me up, you say I'm too demanding. Oh, guys, your fault.
What cost are you paying for being dressed up?
Let's not move into this argument. It will take so much time if we continue to double into it. Our focus is pressures of the Yuletide, and we just mentioned how people can.
Yeah, David, I think maybe one day we should actually look at pressures on the ladies.
Pressures on the
ladies?
Or
because
pressures
it's coming
on
from
the ladies
guys.
or the guys.
I tell you, when that topic,
most times,
when that topic comes up now, feminism comes up.
Comes up.
I'm telling you.
But for me, I believe guys are pressured to spend.
The ladies.
Because at times you'll be like, by the time she points on a weave-on, some guys, when you take a turkey chat, they a little bit costly. In opposed to that, this is a turkey shirt and it's wonderful. You discover that a lady's weave-on will buy 6 of those shirts.
That's true.
Just one. And people a year with that Christmas period, or major weapon.
Those ones that are expensive, we use them more than once. Sometimes it's a property.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Let's believe you. So how do we now begin to reduce? You said your psychology, you've been able to help yourself conquer the pressures of the Yuletide, but some people still face that challenge. You see mama ebuka ka ọ na-ebute akpa rice, o butego the first one, bute the second one, gwa gị na nke nke ọgụ nwa nke, then you discover that
you start pressuring your children.
Which one I've not even bought for any person. How do we manage this kind of pressures this season?
Well, since as Christians living in this side of the world, we've believed that every Christmas we must celebrate it. So to reduce the pressure, because there's nothing you do that will take away that feeling from the society that this is Christmas. So the best for you to do, if you are not someone who has a steady income, a huge bank account, I think the solution is to start early. Start January. Maybe in a family of 4 kids, husband and the wife. If the husband receives an average of 70,000 naira monthly as salary, the wife receives 50,000 naira monthly as salary. If they can be contributing to 2,000 naira on a monthly basis, okay, you find out that
for Christmas
expenses, you find out that at the end of November, both will be having up to 22,000 naira
each
at hand. So you combine it, 44,000 naira. That must have taken care of 50%
of the
expenditure you're going to do during Christmas.
All right, so now if you're asked to give advice from the angle the pressure is coming from, who and who would you point at and say, please stop pressurizing these people?
Everybody, the parents, the children, the youths. The children, on the part of the children, there's nothing you do to take it away from them.
Okay.
Even when we were growing up,
we did it.
If your parents don't buy you clothes from January to November, at least every December you are expectant that something must come in. You must have a new clothes every Christmas. And there are some families, the only time they experience their parents buying new clothes for them is only on Christmas. Okay? So their own is very sacrosanct. You must take care of them. And every Christmas they must eat rice. They must eat rice and stew.
Yes.
Even if it's biscuit bone that you have to use, it's sacrosanct. So anytime a child falls short of all these expectations, she feels he or she doesn't belong. So when the person is now growing, he will keep thinking towards that. He keeps thinking towards that. That's when you see a child who doesn't have a good background. Some people who are involved in one crime or the other are not because their parents are thieves, but because of the pressure the society has heaped upon them. They want to meet up
with the challenges.
Yes, they want to meet up. Again, on the part of the parents, I always tell my mom.
Yeah. Okay, please. Can you, with that, give us your last word?
Okay. My last word is for us to reduce the rate we consume alcohol this Christmas.
Yeah. I think I like that advice.
It's very important. Because you find out that in 2016, the number of deaths recorded on road accidents is up to 4,800 and something.
Okay.
And federal road safety,
of them were caused by alcohol.
Federal road safety tried minimally to reduce it by 2.5% in 2017.
Okay, thank you.
So I think 2018 we want to reduce it more.
All right, thank you. Reduce the rate at which you're going to drink alcohol this Christmas. Thank you, Chinonso, for gracing the weekend show.
Thank you.
I hope next time when I call you, you're going to come because we are going to talk about this pressure on the ladies by the men. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
David?
I think I buy his idea of the analysis for consumption of alcohol. Only imagine all these expenses you've made in the year and then ends your life with one accident or breaks one bone or the other because you took too much alcohol. I don't think it will be a wonderful one for your family and loved ones. Thank you for joining us this morning on The Weekend Show on this breakfast segment. The Weekend Show continues.
Thank you.
And as the only lady in this discussion segment, my advice goes to the ladies. Please, this December, Edu Malaysia will come back. Emeka and China, even Amy in West will come back. But then just know that not all will come with good intentions. We record a lot of death rates, especially when it comes to ladies. So please, ladies, be ultra careful this Yuletide season. And with that, this is where we'll be ending the discussion segment of the Weekend Show. Weekend Show continues with the breakfast news. Just stay tuned.